Today we're making an absolutely beautiful, delicious dish. It's pasta with vodka sauce. But before we manja, we gotta figure out how we made it. So let's jump in my DeLorean, go back in time, and cook this bad boy. This is Mama Gino's Kitchen.
Hey, arrivederci, and welcome to Mama Gino's Kitchen. Come on, let's cook.
Alright, we're gonna start off with what I think is probably the most important ingredient in the world. Smush it good. Yeah. Garlic. Everybody loves garlic. Dice them up nice. I'm probably gonna end up using more than this. Right now we'll just start off with 2 clovey thingies. But when I always say, the more garlic the better. Yeah. Alright. So from the garlic, we're going to move on and cut this onion. Now, I was trained by some of the world's top chefs to cut things, as you can see. This is an expert onion cutting technique I have here. Sometimes you got to take off the skin stuff on top. Sometimes I get so excited I forget about that part, but that's all right. Get that out of the way there. And yeah, like I said, this is an expert cutting technique. I don't expect you to be this good, but you know what? Just do the best you can. Slice, slice, and chop. And what you're left with is a pile of onions that looks like this. All right, now in a pan, I've heated up some butter and some olive oil, and I'm going to add my garlic and my onions to that olive oil and butter, and I'm going to let that go for a little bit until they get like a light brown color. It's fun to hear the sizzle, one of my favorite parts, and the smell. Once this starts to aromate the air, aromate, is that a word? I think it is. Aromate the air, your house will never be the same. This is how everyone's kitchen and living room and bedroom should smell, is like onion and garlic. Now, the perfect vodka sauce calls for pancetta, which is basically Italian bacon. It's delicious, but I just realized I forgot to buy some today at the store, so we're just going to pretend that we're doing a vegetarian version. And I'm going to use mushrooms instead, all right? It's going to be just as good. Don't worry about it. So we'll add these mushrooms to the onion and garlics and the butter and olive oil. Saute it up nice. All right, I'm going to add a little oregano and black pepper to it to give it a little more flavor while it sautés. And this is awesome. If you guys have an iPhone 7 or above, you can activate right now the scratch and sniff feature. All you have to do is scratch the screen and sniff. You smell that? That's exactly what I'm smelling right now. It's amazing. Garlic, onion, and mushroom sauteing. All right, now it's time to add what's in the name of this dish. I'm talking, of course, about the vodka. All I have right now is a shot of vodka to put in it. That's all I had left. You can add more if you have more in your house, but, you know, we go through a lot of vodka here, so sometimes there's not a lot to work with. But anyway, there we go. Get that mixing up a little bit. And next, what we're going to do is get your favorite pan or pot, whatever it's called. Put some cold water in it, not hot water. A lot of people make that mistake. Cold water. Fill this bad boy up. We're going to get it boiling on the stove. While the water is starting to boil, we're going to take our mushrooms and our onions and garlic, put it here in this saucepan or pot, whatever the real word is for it, pan or pot. I don't know. All I know is this smells amazing, and we're getting ready to add one of the most important elements, tomatoes. I like to use San Marzano tomatoes for my sauce. These we grew in our own backyard, but the real San Marzano tomatoes come from Italy in the volcanic ash. They grow from the volcanic ash of Mount Vesuvius. It's amazing. They're the best tomatoes in the world. They're sweeter. They're lovely. But first, before we really get this sauce going, I think I'm getting a little thirsty, so I'm going to make a quick drink before we move on. Now for the beverage portion of the evening, what I like to do is fill that little glass up with ice, take some Jim Beam, and put it inside of it. And then I like to put on my favorite camouflage shorts and add some Coke. It's a little dish that I like to call Mama Gino's Jim Beam and Coke. It's absolutely amazing. By the way, I use Diet Pepsi instead of Coke, but that just doesn't sound as good. Anyway, you'll love it. All right, back to the sauce. We're going to add some basil now to the sauce. Fresh basil, by the way, that came out of Mama Gino's garden. So it probably has squirrel pea and other things on it, but that's all right. We'll heat it up enough to where all that bacteria leaves. All right, so along with the basil, we're going to add some sea salt. We're going to add some oregano, some red pepper, some black pepper. Mix it all together nice. And I'm also going to take this time to admit, now that I have a little Jim Beam in me, I didn't really use those San Marzano tomatoes from my garden. I used canned Romano's tomatoes. Romano's is the brand. And you know what? It's just going to be just as good. We'll use those San Marzanos down the line for something else. But right now, let's mix this all up nice. I'm going to add some Romano cheese too. Give it a nice little flavor. Stir that up. And now it's time to add the heavy cream. The heavy cream is going to give that sauce that orangey, pinkish, but more orangey color. That's the signature of not only my favorite Ninja Turtle, Michelangelo, but it's also the signature color of the vodka sauce. I don't know about measurements. I just kind of wing it, and I go through life winging everything and hope it works out. And look, it's working out already. Look how lovely that vodka sauce looks. Now, a lot of people like to do penne with this dish. I'm not a fan of penne. I like rigatonis, but I forgot to get rigatonis at the store, so I had these rotinis, also known as the squigglies, in my cupboard, so we're going to use rotinis instead. You got to work with what you're given, right? So, as we wait now for this water to boil, and that plate is nice and lonely, waiting to be filled up, I'm going to sip a little more Jim Beam, and we wait. Salt. Salt has the flavor. Add the salt when the water starts to boil. A lot of people add salt in the beginning because they think it's going to make the water boil faster. It's not true. Salt is for the flavor, and you don't have to add it until you see it start to bubble and boil like that. Yes, look at these beautiful sauces. Mix it around. I don't know what accent I'm doing right now. It's definitely not Italian. Anyway, all right, so now we add our pasta to the boiling water. You can check on the back of the box, and it's going to tell you the perfect time to let the pasta boil to get it to your al dente, or however you like it. I like it al dente. This says 8 minutes to al dente. I like to actually do it a little less than, so I'll probably take it out 6 or 7 minutes. Oh boy, this plate cannot wait to be filled up, and I can't wait to fill it. Al dente, by the way, when we say that in Italian, it translates to the tooth, and it has to do with the texture of the pasta. It all depends on how you like it. Do you like your pasta mushy? I hope not. If you like it a little bit undercooked and nice and firm, that's al dente. Here, by the way, if you're thinking, Gino, what the hell are you doing? That's a secret. It's adding a little pasta water to the sauce. It's going to boost the flavor. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. It's a secret, though. Don't tell your friends. But add a little pasta water to your sauce, and you're going to love it. I promise. All right, so the pasta's ready. We took it out at about the 7-minute mark. And my friends, we're ready now for pasta with vodka sauce. We did it together. I couldn't have done it without you. I thank you for all your help, and now you know how. Now you can make it on your own. Might have been a little better with the pancetta, but this is the vegetarian version. It's got the mushrooms in there. It's delicioso. I wish it was rigatonis, but I'm all right. I'm all right with the squigglies. Boom. A little parsley. Voila. We're right back where we started. Now all we need to do is actually eat it this time. So let's grab ourselves a fork. I'll let you guys have the first bite, okay? There you go. Manja. Take the bread, sop it up, get every last drop. It's beautiful. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for cooking with me in Mama Gino's kitchen. I'll see you again soon. I love you. Bye-bye. Hey!